Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly dungeon muser today. Today, we're continuing on with our ongoing campaign, playing Paizo Publishing's very cool Starfinder science fantasy role-playing game. And with me today are the stars of the Starfinder campaign against the Aeon Throne. I'll go in the order that I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what you're hoping to survive today. So first up is Morris.
Hi, I'm Morris. I'm playing Kat, who's a Drow operative, which is a sort of a roguelike for Dungeons & Dragons players. And hopefully I'm going to realise that I've got my head in the engine and that I'm not going to get bitten by the swarm or whatever.
Excellent. And next up is Ingolf.
Yeah, I'm Ingolf. I'm playing Wodan, who is a Vesk soldier, also the captain of the ship, probably not by his abilities, but by the Peter principle or something like that. And I'm sure I will survive whatever they throw at me.
And last but not least is Thomas.
Hello, I'm Thomas. I'm playing Zakros, a human priest of Pharasma. And he is... hang on. I'm a mystic, a human mystic. And recently arrived on Akitos, and he somehow feels home on this planet.
Excellent. Sorry, I was grabbing... Whoa. Oh, let's grab paper. Okay, so the... last session, so it's been about a month since our last session. We had a one-shot 2 weeks ago. But last session, you guys came to Akiton. Now, you weren't... this is a flashback scene. It's a past mission that you had with Sedona, the android who you guys had originally went to Nikondas to rescue. And this series of adventures, I wish I had... I'll load it during our break, I think. But the series of adventures is called Fistful of Shobhads. So we can get it to work here. Boom. Yeah, it's not going to show up. There we go. There's old...
Also in the background.
Yeah. So between these sessions, I finished the poster last night, so the delay of an extra 2 weeks to finish it up was appreciated, Thomas. You guys had come to Akiton. This is, I think, about 4 years, we said, before the start of the campaign. You had come here for what reason? Do you guys remember?
We had to recover someone for Sedona.
Yes.
And we needed to escort Marie back to the spaceport.
Yes. So Marie was Hilki, one of the red-skinned humanoids who lives or calls Akiton its their home. And you guys have traveled to a place called Hive Market, where you were dropping off the Liberator 2, and then you were going to get local transport and head out to this place called Ebbetsburn. And this is what Ebbetsburn is expected to look like here, guys. Although with a little more aluminum siding and less of a strict dark sun kind of vibe to it. The other thing is you decided to go or present yourself with a cover identity as well, too. Do you remember what your cover identity is now?
Yeah.
Anyone?
Were we 100% sure which way we wanted to approach this situation?
I heard so. What's her name? Sedona had suggested the as mercenaries, but you guys decided to go the route of bounty hunters.
Yes. Yes.
Right, and you got all your appropriate hats. You got your ponchos. You got the big old rig. To drive out to there, and what Sedona had told you is that Myri may need some assistance in extricating herself from Boss Zadok, the guy who runs Ebbetsburn. And I think that was the extent of what you guys learned. Where we left things off, you guys had set out, and let's see here. I can't remember who was driving. It was probably...
I think he'd have broken down, and
Yes.
I had the cover up and was fixing something, and then we got surprised. I think.
No, what happened was that you guys were driving along. You were trying to navigate across, and someone rolled a crit failure. And
No. That never happened.
Which caused you guys to unfortunately lose your sense of direction, and the ship fell down into a kind of like a furrow or a valley or canyon, I should say. And while you were trying to get the ship or the vehicle started again, that's when you started seeing these enormous insects come crawling out of all the different holes in the wall, and their little mandibles. Each of these things was about the size of, we'll say, like a mid-sized dog. And there are thousands of these things that are slowly making their way out. You seem to have crashed right in the middle of a hive of these things. So, who would have been driving this thing?
I think JT was driving, and I was giving wrong direction.
That sounds about right. Okay, let's see here. I'm just grabbing.
Yeah, I think I've probably got one of the better piloting skills at this point.
Okay, so what we're going to say, because Brent isn't able to join us today, we're going to say that in the crash that Tom the android has been knocked unconscious. He bumped his head and he is completely unconscious, which leaves you guys to deal with the mess that he and you guys have all made. Now, let me grab your... where are your tokens? I think you guys were last on a fallen ship here. That's where I'm most likely to find your... Hey, there we go. Boom. And you guys are all freshly level 4, aren't you?
No, we're level 3.
Level
Flashback.
3. Yeah.
Oh, you're still level 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
What brutal DM is not giving you guys levels? Or you hit... but you just hit level 3, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go. I'm confusing the space that different campaigns are at right now. Okay, so at level 3, I think we heard last time...
JT, you should be healed.
Yeah.
Here we go. Tom the android is unconscious, so put a little extra him. Blech. Well, he's not dead, but... Alright, and Zakros, what did you get at level... well, remember, let's just take a moment and do this, guys, just because we... I can't remember if we did this last... Oh, we must have done this, but for the sake of refreshing my memory, what new and fun things have you guys gained at level 3?
Who starts?
Yeah. So, let's talk about... did you... Tom, I think you got a new spell, didn't you?
Yeah, I got new spells. I think I got Command and I got Fatigue. Fatigue is a level 0 spell.
Nice.
And Command is a level 1 spell.
Yep.
And I got better healing. I can establish a life link between me and one of the crew. So if somebody else gets damaged, I can transfer this to me.
Awesome.
That's basically it. Yeah.
Okay.
And some skill points, and I raised my... what did I raise? My profession, my smuggler profession,
Yep.
mysticism, medicine, diplomacy, culture, piloting, what else? Perception. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
All right. How about you, Ingolf? What did Vuldan get?
Yeah, so Vuldan got a little bit meaner, so he will make more damage, actually a lot more damage.
Yeah.
That's just because of the profession thing. And then I chose 2 feats. One is close combat, so that means when in close combat, my armor classes will get a little benefit.
Okay.
So people will have a harder time hitting me when I'm hitting someone else. That's
Nice.
the year, yeah. And I got the armored advantage, meaning also a raise in the armor class.
Nice.
So just
Excellent.
and there are maybe skills that got a little up, but I don't have so many, and I think it doesn't mean anything. I think my intimidate is a little bit raised now. It's
Okay.
important, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And what about JT? What new stuff did JT get at level?
It's just a general improved skills, which operatives are obviously very good at the skill side, and I also got we get at third level. Effectively, the special operative's main special ability, the trick attack, went up from a D4 to D8.
Okay.
And
nice.
like everyone, we've now got specialization in our weapons, which gives us a boost to damage.
Yeah.
Which I think maybe we forgot the last time.
Yeah.
What's
the
But I
basic
suspect
weapon?
the last time we were in the flashback, we weren't level 3, really.
Yeah, well, yeah. So
The basic weapon proficiency from each class, everybody gets his level on top of the damage to these
except
weapons.
for small arms and operative weapons.
Yeah, no, small arms get half the bonus.
Yeah.
And grenades get no bonus.
And the operative, anything that's got the operative trait also only gets half.
Yeah.
And most importantly, Vest Claws get 1.5 times.
Yes, your vest claws are pretty crazy now.
That's when
Okay.
you take, okay.
Now, let's do this. I'm going to set up the. Let's see. Let's use. Yeah.
Did we calculate this into the attacks already, actually? I have no idea.
I have not made any changes to it, so
Yes. My laser
Wow.
pistol has 1+1, and my semi-auto pistol has 1+1 as well.
Oh, great.
So-
Oh, yeah, because I think you can adjust the actual character sheets, and it'll calculate it now.
Yeah,
let's see
we'll
here.
have to see when we do an attack. I'm not sure if mine's set up.
Okay, let's do this, guys. This is going to be your vehicle. Whoop. Whoa. And we're just going to assume that there is a second piloting spot in the front. Let me just squish it down a bit. There we go. That should fit everybody. Let me set it to the back. Boom. So Zakros will be in the back seat.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I realized something too. There's I've been doing something that has been in the other games that has been a little more condensed. Boom. Just because we keep we having that issue sometimes where we lose track of the actual bars. And let's see here, bottom overlapping, and then what I can do is, give me a sec here, boom, make you a little bigger so it's not quite as, there we go, not quite as obstructive. I'm sparing you guys. Normally when I grow people I make the like Apache Chief sound. Let's resize this thing. Come on, you. Boom. There we go. We're like growing your toys. So JT, whoopsies. Right here.
Yeah.
JT, you're in the driver's seat. Voldan, passenger seat / navigator seat. And Zakros, back seat.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah.
that is where we find ourselves. So you look over and you can see that Tom the android is unconscious. Next to you, he's got his helmet on because I think he put his helmet on before you guys set out. And these horrible insect things are now coming out. So what I need you guys to do is first, let's everyone click on their token. And go ahead and click on initiative, please. Because these beasties are hungry. How we do here? Holy smokes! Vuldan, that's the highest initiative you've rolled.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what's happened here? There we go. Okay, so these things are coming out, and Sarah, I'm not sure I'm feeling this chase music. How about this one? Yeah, it feels a little better. Okay, so what you guys, let's see here, we'll need to do is this thing is currently stalled out. These creatures are starting to crawl out of the hive. None of you need to make a life sciences check to know that these things are, you know, they're not friendly and they're not tame. So you will need to get someone needs to get this thing moving again. Oh, they rolled terrible for their initiative. So let's make a. Oh, I can use these things then. Okay, hold on here. This is Akiton Vice, apparently. Okay, so I'm going to use these things as the token for the critters. So they are starting to come out. Let me get one up here to add an initiative. Oopsies. Turn. All right, so Vuldan, you are up first. This is what you guys are going to need to do is to get this thing going and get the fuck away from these things. We're going to do this just like a chase from the core rulebook, and this will require some careful driving on the part of JT Cat. It will require some intervention by you guys because from what you can see, there is not a clear direction forward or back where these things are not coming out of. You seem to be in the belly of the beast, as it were. So I think this is going to go on the list of things that Vuldan should not be doing anymore, which is navigate.
Well, I kind of assumed we were sort of bickering, saying, "Are you sure? You know, we're doing the whole Matt Reader driver."
Yeah. Take a look at your phone again. Are you sure this is...
I'm sure we passed that rock crunch. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really know. So I guess Vuldan could support JT in driving because I don't see. I mean, attacking those things won't probably do any good now.
Well, you can't. Right now, you cannot. You can't even get the thing moving. Like it will be a mechanics check to get this thing going. What you could do is, if you want to delay. You know,
yeah, I could delay, but I'm not. So engineering is not my specialty either.
Okay. So what do you? What do we see? What do we see Vuldan doing?
Yeah, I think I will delay after. So actually, I will delay after JT. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do that.
Do your stuff first.
JT, we should go. We should go.
Well, I mean, could he use the inspiring thing from the captain? But right, so it's a mechanics. So effectively, I'll try and just restart it. You know, the whole.
Okay. So why don't you give me I'm assuming you've been working on this enough now to know sort of what.
Wait a minute. Will Zakros also delay because he would be first? So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I didn't set in descending order. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Okay. So let me move Vuldan to after there. Okay, so Zakros first. You are up first. So
Hang on. I just have a question to JT. How good is his engineering skill? And how
13.
13, and your driving skill? Piloting?
Piloting is 9.
-7. So, and you're the best engineer. Why don't you let somebody else drive and you make this thing okay again? Or fix the vehicle?
Well, I'm
Okay,
going to
so-
see if I can fix it from where I am first. If we start moving around, we're slowing down.
Let's quickly talk about the mechanics just for a second here, guys. So one of the options that you can do in a vehicle chase, the pilot does have like a good chunk of the time, or of the things that it can do. But there's an option called Trick, which is you basically can try like it says a risky maneuver, and then it suggests you can use bluff or stealth or whatever else. What it'll also let you do is, if you want to do something like supercharge, you know, it's that like Fury Road thing of like drinking gasoline and spitting it into the intake. You know, or like doing, you know, doing something to you know, keep the thing from falling apart. I'll let you guys use other skills to try and give bonuses to either the role of the pilot or the difficulty of the things pursuing you. What the vehicle chase is effectively it's a series of piloting actions to try and slowly space out until you are more than 3 spaces away from what the other, or 3, you know, zones away from where your pursuers are. So in this one right now, you guys are counting as engaged. Engaged. So the 2 different measures of distance are engaged is basically like right up against each other, where you can like the vehicles are slamming together and people are jumping out and whatever. There's the same zone, which is about 50 feet away, and then there's a different zone, which is 200 feet away per zone. So what I'm looking at page 282 of the core rulebook. If you guys want.
My understanding was that the vehicle was broken or something. So
Yes.
I thought we have to fix this first.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that if the reason I mention that is because if you do swap over, Zachros, and you take the piloting detail, Cat could still use like engineering or something else to try and, you know, go. And I've decided as well too. We've been using Nova points for the last little while. We're going to keep using those, but I'm going to try and award them a little more often, like the way that I've been doing hero points in PF2. You can't have any more than 3, but you guys are all starting the session with 1 Nova point. It can be spent to re-roll the dice roll. So Zachros, what are you saying here? Like, what do we see in the fiction of you kind of like, hey, get out of there, fix this thing?
Yeah, but didn't you just say that the pilot can also... I didn't get it really. Can he fix it while driving?
He cannot fix it. The first thing you need to do is get this thing mobile again. So you're absolutely right that needs to happen. But once he does, then the pilot's going to be having to make the checks to get away from these things and try and, you know, escape this encounter. But the other members of the thing, like the Vuldan, can shoot, or he can try and do something to try and help, or try and throw off the pursuers. The pursuers who are going after you, they're going to be making rolls against your vehicle's KAC. And what you can do as the pilot is you can do things like evade, which makes it harder to catch you or harder to hit you. You can... Right now, the next thing afterwards, you're going to need to break free. You need to get the fuck away from these things, because they're able to start jumping on your vehicle right now. But the other thing you can do is, rather than just having the trick maneuver rely on just the pilot, I'll let other characters use that as well. So Zachros, like, if you choose not to be the pilot, you could also do something.
No, I'm shouting at JT. Hey, move over. You can fix this thing. I handle the driving. And when you're finished, you can take over.
Okay. So what mechanically we'll do is we'll drop you down beneath JT. So you sort of push JT. What are you doing, JT? You're going to take a chance to take an action before Zachros or Vuldan.
Yeah, so if they're saying you get out and fix it, I'll sort of jump over to the back and start pulling up the panels. I'm assuming the engine is underneath the load bed here.
Yes,
a bit like some military vehicles are.
Yep.
So, presumably it's an action to get it open, to start working.
I'll let you do a move action to get it going. It'll be a full round action to sort of move back there and start working on the thing.
All right. Okay, so do I get to roll this turn, or is it...
You do, yeah.
Just move it. All right.
Yeah.
So that's engineering.
You've likely anticipated a problem with this thing, so you've kept the bait.
Yeah, the toolkit's back there, because we negotiated for an extra toolkit, I seem to remember.
You did, yeah.
So just a straight engineering check with the toolkit?
Yes, please.
So...
There you go. Nice! Okay, so you can hear this kind of like... as the hover engines... You know, kind of flare back their power.
Cat's going to say, hit it.
Nice. Kick it. Okay, so Zachros, what are you doing?
Yeah, I pedal to the metal.
Okay, so then what we're going to do is we are going to...
Now get a wall and run straight in.
The way that there's 3 different stages to this, and then you go through kind of the initiative order in each of them. Let me see here. Yeah. So what it is first... Let me turn this... Hold on, I'm going to turn this music down just a scooch. I'm having... There we go. Okay. Firstly, your piloting actions. Then it is chase progress. We figure out how far away you are from everything else. And then there is combat. So, Zachros, would you kindly give me a piloting check?
Of course.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's... I think that's worth a Nova point.
Nova point, you got it. Okay, go ahead. There you go. That's a little better. Okay, so you jet this thing or kick this thing into gear. It starts taking away. Let's see here. Plus the KAC. AC. Yes. Okay, so what you do is there's like maybe 4 or 5 of these bugs are stick onto the outside of this thing, and you hit it, and they're going to go off during the chase progress. You're going to pull away from these things, and they will not be engaged. Vuldan, what are you doing?
So, do we have some kind of windshield or side window or something I could just hang out and shoot? I mean,
This is completely open to the elements. Like, as a refresher, this is, if you think of, like, the mule that they use at the beginning of the film Serenity, the Firefly film, that big open thing, that's basically what you guys are in.
Yeah, okay. So, the aim is not really to hit as many, but maybe I can slow them down, or I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, something like that. So, I don't know, I'm just normal attack, and then we'll see what I roll, or...
Yeah, please do. Yeah, let's just... Well, that sounds good to me.
So that would be a 16.
16 is good enough. Okay, so then what that'll do is it's gonna... I am going to... Oh, actually... That's not quite good enough. There's a lot of them. Now, you do have a Nova point. Do you want to spend that to re-roll, or you want to sit on it?
Yeah, the problem is... Yeah, okay, so I will re-roll, so there's a chance it would get better.
You're only 1 off. 17 is the DC for this.
No.
Okay. All right, so you pull it up and you try and pull the trigger, and then you realize, what the? You hit it. Sand. Sand's gotten your laser rifle.
Ah.
Oh no, you're gonna need to spend an action clearing it out.
Yeah.
All right, so it's their turn now. So then they get to make a. This is still during the pilot phase here, so they're gonna try and catch up. They get. Let's see here. +7. Okay. No! So they're starting to pile out. But they are not able to... Boom. Not able to catch you. They are, however, within about 50 feet of you. There's this massive swarm of them that's beginning to form, and you're starting to slowly pick up speed as you're making your way along. Now we go to... We'll do a round of combat, and I don't think... JT was fixing vehicles. Zachros, you're driving. Vuldan, do you want to try and actually take a shot at these things, or are you just trying to keep them clear? There's nothing on the vehicle right now.
Yeah, so since my weapon doesn't work, I think I will just roar at them. So.
Nice. Okay. Ah! All right. So then they have no combat actions either. So second round, this will be the top first, the pilot action. So right now you guys are all in the same zone. You can picture that you're starting to rumble along through this canyon. You can hear the echoing of your engines. The wind is blowing, and there's this slowly growing swarm of these things that are coming out and chasing you along the canyon. JT is well, I guess Tom. Like we'll kind of figure out what your actions are going to be, and then we'll roll through them, guys. Tom, you are the one who's the pilot. So what would you like to do? You can do, if you look at those different maneuvers that are on page 282, 283, you can choose to do one of those, and as well as a standard action, or you can do two of them as a full action.
Yeah, I try to speed up.
Okay, so you speed up to try and get away from them.
Okay, I do a piloting check. Difficulty is really high. 17 plus the vehicle's item level. And here it is.
And the item level is, sorry, this is a level 3 vehicle.
Yeah, then no.
Oh, you know, I'll say it's a level 2 vehicle, actually. I forgot you guys. For some reason, I had it in my head that you guys were level 4. So a level 2 vehicle.
No.
Yeah, okay. So, speed up. Oh, boy. So, but here's the way you can do. You can, if other people assist you, that might benefit you. That might work your, you know, your what do you call it? Your work your numbers up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vuldan, can you help me with this accelerator here?
Well, what
I
it is,
get it right to the metal.
like we're sort of what Vuldan was trying was correct. Like that would have worked. The way I was interpreting Vuldan's thing is as a trick, where it wasn't the items the vehicles level, it's the level of the adversaries. So basically, it was that's why it was a DC 17, and he just wasn't successful. But if he had succeeded, I would let him add +2 to your roll. And similarly, if JT comes up with some neat way to do this, then I will also give you that. And here's another thing, guys. If you change up what you're doing, if you change what you're going to do for each round to round, so you're not just rolling the same skill each time, every time you change up, you get a Nova point.
Yeah, okay. So I understood that there is some kind of mechanical fault there. And I think I have this hammer with me, and I could just use it to apply pressure on the part which isn't moving. I mean, that's...
Okay. Why don't
Jeremy
you
Clarkson approach to...
Yeah. I will let you do. It's funny. They call it in the Doctor Who role-playing game. They call it percussive maintenance. So, let's see if you can apply. What is it? Do you have any training in engineering whatsoever?
No, I have no training. So I didn't think it would be an engineering check. I said, move this switch over there. So yeah.
Well, let's see. No, the reason I ask is I was going to let you add your strength bonus instead of your intelligence to your engineering, for the purpose of this roll. So, what is your strength bonus?
It's 3. So I've got a bonus of 2. That's not much, but well.
Bonus of 2. Oh, because -1 because you're not trained.
Yes.
Okay. So, well, you know what? No guts, no glory. Let's see. You're changing up what you're doing, so you're gonna, after this roll, you'll get a Nova point back.
Yeah. No, that's okay. So I will just roll engineering, and we will add 2 manually. So now.
So there's a lovely new dent in the side. It's not a crit failure. Bam! And Kat, you're sort of working away on this thing, and you're like, okay, I got it going, and then suddenly, wham! The hammer hits down. What the? Kat, what are you doing?
That's the indicators. Presumably the hazard lights come on or something.
Yeah, exactly. If there's a turn signal. What are you doing, JT?
Okay. Cat thinks we're a bit low on power, so he's effectively going to reach into the engine guts and effectively tweak the power to boost it.
Yep.
Basically, this is just basically turning up the boost or the compression.
Okay, love it.
So, and I'm going to spend a Nova point on that.
Okay, well, Nova points to re-roll.
Oh, sorry, I need to rerun.
Yeah, let's see if you fail first.
Engineering,
yes, please. Yes, that's good enough. Okay.
Okay.
So, suddenly there's more juice in the tank there, Zakros.
Yeah.
+2 to your piloting check. What do you want to do?
I speed up then and try to get away from the creatures.
All right, so go ahead. So speeding up, go ahead and make your roll. Here we go.
Okay. Hunting. Get a +2 from the other?
Yep, +2, yeah. Oh,
So-
it's off by 1. Oh, so close. It's starting to pick up. You're unfortunately not able to get them, but let's see. They still need to pursue you, though. So let's see if the first off, let's check and see if they're keeping up with you guys. Fucking 5. 5 plus 7 is 12. Your item level is at I said at 2, right? So
Yeah.
it's just they do not get any closer, but they're just keeping pace with you, and it seems like there are more.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's time to change seats, isn't it?
Okay, now the swarm behind you does not get in, but there's new ones. You're hitting like the windscreen, bang, and some of them are climbing up onto the. Because you're sort of this as they've been coming out, you've been getting closer and closer and closer, but apparently the sound of your engines is getting more. So there are a couple ones out front, and what's going to happen is every round where you that you're still in this, there's going to be a couple of them that smash onto your windshield. So you now have a couple that are going to be engaging in combat. Let's do this then. You guys won't be able to make move actions, but I'll let you do standard actions during this. So first up is let's do. Oh yeah, we got a reversed order here. So JT, you can see one of these things is coming over the side and coming towards you as you're working on this thing. I know this is not how it works. Rules is written, but I'm fine with you guys having like combat actions and pilot actions as two separate things. So what are you doing, Cat?
I'm assuming I've got sort of tools to hand or in my hand, so I'm going to effectively hit him with a wrench.
Yeah, sure.
I assume it's like the basic melee weapon. It's probably not going to be an operative weapon.
It's a wrench, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, it's a basic club, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. So go ahead and make your attack roll. I guess that's
yeah,
just
a standard action, so I can't do any trick attack. So it's just a straight. I'll roll it off the survival knife, and then we'll.
You know
modify
what?
it.
Because of where you're working, I'll let you do a trick attack.
All right.
Like you got access to all sorts of like gears and whatnot too. Like
all right,
maybe
yeah,
there's
I'll
some.
try and like make it spark or sort of flash in its face.
Sure. Yeah.
So what DC?
Yep.
No, what's the
that definitely works. Yeah. And then go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay. Well, I'll use the survival knife.
Okay.
So it's not a full attack.
Okay.
Taking its own sweet time.
Did it? Oh yeah, you already said no. 17. Nice. That is a hit. And oh boy, like these things are not very strong. But that's unfortunately a particularly bad damage roll.
Well, I need to roll my
Quick attack bonus.
What is it? 1d6 minus your strength? Or 1d. Oh, 1.
1d8. Yeah, so basically
1d8. Hold on. That seems high for an improvised weapon.
Oh no, that's my trick attack.
Oh, for the extra damage from trick attack. I see.
We've been forgetting it sometimes, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
still a 1, so it's probably
Yeah, I'll say that's good enough. So that's it. There's a like flash of something that explodes, next to it, or sparks at least next to it, distracts it, and you squoosh this bug. Zachros, what are you doing?
Yeah, I get my semi-automatic pistol and I point it to my left and I shoot a book beside me.
Nice. Here we go. Oh.
All right.
It's jostling you along, so yeah, that's a miss. Vuldan, what are you doing?
Yeah, my hammer was used for other purposes, so I have my other hand is free. I have a claw.
Yeah.
So I'll use that.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So 16 with 8 points of damage.
Good lord. So yeah, you shred one of these things. That is it. So I guess it's these things. So one of them goes skittering across the unconscious form of Tom and goes over towards you, JT, and the other one tries to get at you there, Zakros.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. So Zakros, it is +3. I don't know. There's no way that hits. So it's trying to get at you, but you're sort of like pushing at it with your pistol and keeping it at a distance. 21 KAC. Does that hit, JT?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then you take... let's see here. 4 points of piercing damage. And then we're back to the piloting phase. So, what are we doing this round, guys? Zakros, what are you feeling like?
Yeah, since JT has the engine back running, so I shouted at him, "Let's swap places, quick!"
Yeah. Nice.
Okay. Yeah, so that would be next turn then. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I'll let you can have done that last round. I'll just swap your guys' places. We're doing kind of the piloting phase in a less regimented order right now. So, Zakros, yeah, you scream, "Go! Take the wheel! Take the wheel!" And I'll say your move actions are taken up by you guys swapping places.
So we just clamber over to the bulkhead into the...
Yeah. And this one, I think, kind of... Well, you guys each had one on you, so we'll just keep it that way. So that's what you guys are doing, is swapping places. Voldan, what are you doing to try and help with the chase right now?
Help with the chase. So, I could again distract. So, as I understand it, I have one bug, its head resting on my claw.
Yep.
And so I will just, I don't know, try to intimidate the others by throwing that one away. So,
go ahead and give me an intimidation check. Let's see how well that works for this ever-growing swarm. Pretty awesome. Okay, so I think it has a bit of an unintended purpose, and what the hive mind sort of thinks is that you're throwing food to them. So like you toss out that head, and we see one of them kind of like snatch it out of the air and start chewing on it, and another one grabs it, and kind of like they're fighting over the remains of their ally. So I'll give the pilot a +2 on the next round, because unfortunately you guys were switching places, so you're not going to be able to get any additional distance this round. The chasing swarm, let's see, they're going to try and engage with your vehicle again. So let's see here, the DC is going to be the... Where's armory? You know what I would really love from the next set, or even just something to put online, is crafting or construction rules for vehicles. I'd love to have an idea of just even rough benchmarks for it. Okay. That is not helpful. So your KAC is... There we go, equipment. So I forgot, had it set as your level 3. There we go. Alright, so your KAC is a 15. Let's see if these things can pursue. Ooh. They come so close. They are zooming in, and I think as you slow down, you can see that swarm is getting closer and closer and closer, and then finally, JT, you hop in the seat and hit the accelerator and keep yourself at a distance of about 50 feet, but the hungry swarm was even closer. Now, combat phase. More bugs. Hit up against here. Alright. I can get rid of the ones that are dead. Alrighty, so then, first up is Zakros. So you've gone on there and you can see there's more bugs that are beginning to attach to this thing. What are you doing?
Yeah, I shoot at the one closer to me. That's standing on top of Tom.
Go ahead. Ooh, 13 is actually good enough.
Yeah.
The damage is not great, though.
No.
But shouldn't you do 3 points more of damage?
Yeah, because it's not putting in the weapon specialization.
Yeah, it is. +1.
Oh, right.
I rolled a 1. And the +1 is already calculated in it.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put
I just do 1d6 damage with it. That's it, +1.
Yeah. Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
so you tag this thing.
But I used the wrong weapon, unfortunately.
Oh,
but,
sure.
it would be the same. Is that all right? Will we leave it at that? I mean, it's
No, go ahead.
minimum 10.
Go ahead and re-roll. That's fine.
Okay.
You might miss. You actually hit with that one, so you might miss with the other one. I'm fine with the re-roll. Here we go. Big money.
Okay.
20. Nice. Okay, so that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one of these things is gone. Then JT, what are you doing during the combat phase?
Well, effectively, I'd have dropped the wrench back in the bed as I came over.
Yep.
So I'll pull out my pistol from my shoulder holster.
Okay.
Have we got the full round? So effectively, I can pull it out and shoot it in the same round.
You can full and shoot. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, yeah. So he's just going to effectively point blank shoot the guy that's sort of to the side.
Okay, go ahead. And then Voldan, you'll be up next.
Not a full action.
Looks like being in the driver's seat's throwing your aim off again.
Yeah.
Okay, Voldan, what are you doing?
Yeah, so if I can do a full attack, I
Yep,
would
absolutely.
do probably. So I can probably attack the one right and left to me.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah. Let's see. No.
Oh!
I don't know what's going on here.
Now, hold on. One thing we haven't been tracking is, so Zakros and JT changed their action last round, so you guys each should have gotten a Nova point. Ingolf, you changed your action because you went from doing something else to intimidating. You should have got a hero point or a Nova point as well. So you guys should all be sitting on at least one, maybe two Nova points.
Yeah, so if I can, I'll just re-roll, so...
Yeah, go ahead.
So that's...
Here we go. That's how you do it. Smoosh! What does it look like as he just annihilates these two bugs?
I think I could just smash them together, and so they will rip apart.
All right, now it is the bug's turn. All right, so we got... so one of them, let me see here. It'll go red, green, blue. Or red, green. So we got two... Oh, they're the same rate. Never mind. Okay, so one of them is going to full attack JT. Both of those are misses. And then another one's going to full attack JT. That's a 19 and a 20. So,
Yeah.
Cat, you take... Let's see here. It's only 1d4. So you take 8 points of piercing from one and 2 points from another. Oh, remember to take off your stamina before you take off your hit points, though.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me just make sure.
Yeah, because you're taking off your red
sorry.
bars, your hit points.
Hang on.
So it looks like you're down 16 right now.
Yeah. So
No,
effectively
you're not.
that's-
You're down 14 right now.
Yeah. So effectively
Can't
that
add.
should take me.
Okay, and then we got one more that's going to skitter across to good old Zakros.
Get my hit points.
Zakros does a 13 hit your KAC.
Yes, it does.
Oh, no!
Exactly. Yeah. Really bad armor.
No, it doesn't.
No?
No, because you got 2 + 2 bonus from me. Because I have this bodyguard thing.
What does Bodyguard
All
do?
right.
Bodyguard makes so his AC goes up 2, and mine goes down 2.
Okay, but do you have to do something to do that?
No.
It's a reaction. All right.
Yeah. As a reaction, I can do that.
Okay, nice. Okay, so what do we see as this thing's about to get Zakros? What does Voldan do?
Just
Yeah, but I think it just smashes at him, and I put my arm in the way. So
Okay, nice. All right. So then that is the end of the combat round, guys. Back onto the piloting phase. Now we got JT in the driver's seat. We got Zakros in the back. What are you guys doing?
I would like
Exploring
to.
it.
I would like to help GT with driving, piloting.
Okay.
I would like to push myself against the side of the vehicle to put a bit of momentum in it, that he can turn around the steering wheel to shake off the box.
Sure, yeah, I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
so why don't you give me an athletics check then?
All right.
This is not going to be good.
0.
Oh!
14.
14. Okay, so you're throwing yourself against the thing, and JT's looking back at you like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, I shouted at him, turn around. Not turn around, but mind the boulder in front of you. And then.
All right. And Ingolf, what are you doing? Or
Wodan. I think Wodan understood. So for one time, he understood what Zakros was doing, and I think he tries the same, but he's a little bit more athletic, so that could help.
Okay. Here we go.
No.
That's what you get for bragging.
I don't really.
But because you did something different, guys, you each get a Nova point. And JT, now it's down to you for your piloting. What are you trying to do?
So are there any... No, effectively just trying to accelerate.
To accelerate and get some distance. Okay. There you go.
All right.
So it's going to be a 19 that you're rolling against. Or DC 19. And you've got currently nothing your allies... Hey! Nice! Okay, so you're going to speed up by 1. Now let's see if these things we're trying to engage, let's see if they can get extra things on you. It's a DC 15. I just rolled a 16. So here's what's going to happen is they do, part of the swarm engages in time, like some of the ones from the back are beginning to crawl on. And then you hit it. You kind of, go up over this rocky prominence. You get some distance that slam down. And you manage to deke through this kind of overhanging arch. There's a stone rock arch that kind of forms above it. You zoom through that thing, carry on through the canyon, and you've managed to put about 200-foot distance between you and the swarm right now. So they are a little further behind you. You need to get 2 more, and then you'll be able to escape them. Oh, let me move them back here. All right, so, and then, of course, there are more in the front that are coming on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our athletic maneuvers didn't help at all.
So let's go into one more combat round, guys. So first up is Zakros. What are you doing? There's more of these bugs on here.
Yeah. Can I, with the full attack action, can I shoot at 2 different targets, actually?
Of course, yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So I just try it. So I try the 2 that are to my right.
Okay.
Okay, I try to shoot at them.
Okay.
Full attack, yes.
We go.
And
Nice! Pow! 2 of them are gone. Wow. All right. So what? And he's using his auto pistol, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's on his seat. Bam, 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 bam. And there's this one advancing on him. JT, what are you doing? You got your pistol in one hand, your steering wheel in the other one?
I'm just seeing if I can... Okay. He's effectively going to try and shoot the guy that's sort of off to the side.
Okay. Like to his left?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'd imagine there's a small windshield at the front, and so they're
Yeah.
sort of crawling over.
Yeah.
So I haven't moved, so I'm going to do effectively try and bang.
Okay.
No.
Nice! So you actually take down 2 of them. One of them,
Yeah.
and then one of them is coming over the windscreen, and you hit it.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yes.
what summertime trip is not appropriate without bug guts on the windscreen? So, well done. Vuldan, what are you doing?
Yeah, I would try to clear the space in front of JT because those 2 bugs there who are threatening him,
Yeah.
those annoy me. So I will try to hit them.
Okay.
Probably that might work. I don't know.
Oh, I forgot to add more. Here we go. Ow.
Forgot to.
Ow.
Yeah, well, at least I hit 1.
You hit 1, definitely, yeah. And which one do you want to destroy? Do you have any preferences?
Yes, the one right in front of JT.
Okay.
So probably I will get them all to attack me. That's the
Yep.
plan.
Yep, that works for me. Okay, so Bug's turn. So it'll be 3 on you. We got 1 that's full attacking on Zakros, and 2 more come skittering up towards Zakros. You guys are looking over at Tom, and Tom kind of like just slumps over to the side. There's a little crack in his helmet. Okay, so we got, let's see here, 1 full attack on Zakros. This is going to require a very, very high roll to actually hit. Those are misses, and then we got 2 more attacking you at their regular attack rate. 17 and a 15.
So normally, since I supported Zakros in the back, 17 would hit me, but since I hit someone in close combat, I get a +2 bonus.
Oh, sorry, this was actually on Zakros.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Zakros, you've got that benefit from Bodyguard still. So does a 17 and a 15 hit you?
Yes.
KAC.
Yeah.
One of them or both?
Both of them.
Oh, wait, even 50. Oh, because your AC, your KAC is
13.
Okay, so here we go. So 2 of them are on you. They bite you. You get 6 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
Now you got 3 that are on you there, Voldan, and they're going to try and chomp on you. So we got number 1 is going to full attack. Neither of those hit. Full attack again. One of them might. Does a 17 hit your AC? KAC?
Nope.
Nice. So you keep that one in a distance 2. Last one misses. So they are swarming over and they're learning the perils of full attacks. Okay. Next piloting round, guys. What are we doing to help out JT, if anything? The throwing your weight seems to really do... Hey, what are you...
The Pirates of the Caribbean maneuver has to work. We have to turn this vehicle around to reach the other side.
Isn't that the one where we sink in a we sink in a quicksand and then we step off at the last minute?
But if we do a trick maneuver, could we actually lose them somehow? Or,
That's sort of what we're modeling with the chase mechanic. Is that you guys you're not like necessarily trying to get them away. If you can think of some other neat thing that we would see. Picture what's happening in the fiction of this, right? And if you can come up with some way to use one of your skills in a creative way or use one of your spells or abilities, I'm fine with supporting that.
Now, for example, if he could do, like, I see it as a trick maneuver that he steps on the brakes and accelerates, and we help with shifting our weights that the creatures fall off the vehicle. You know,
Okay, so that'll be something different. So that wouldn't necessarily... so that'll be... if that's what JT's going to do, then I'll let you guys use athletics again to try and assist with that. But instead of putting more distance between them, what you guys will do is shake off the ones that are here.
Okay, yeah, so effectively do a left-right to try and, like, scrape the one on the sides off. Or
Sure,
something.
yeah, okay. Love it. No, it's a great idea. Okay, so then, Zakros, you're going to help with athletics?
Yes, I do.
And then, Voldan, what are you going to do?
No, hang on, Nova point. I have to try. I don't
13.
know.
So you're kind of throwing around. Unfortunately, you're not as robotic as you are, or cybernetic as you are. You're really not all that big.
Yeah. I think that in my profession as a soldier, I learned quite some things what to do under chase. So there must be, I don't know, maneuver, gamma, delta, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Give me a what is it? Soldier lore or?
Yeah. Professional soldier.
Professional soldier. Yeah. Please. Yeah, I'll buy that. You want to spend a Nova point?
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But it won't. Oh yes!
Nat 20. Nice. So I'll actually give you with the Nat 20. I'll give you a +5 to your roll, JT.
Okay, so effectively I'm dodging through some narrow area to try and scrape them off then.
Yeah.
That he's pointed out. So piloting and normal.
Here we go. Oh, and Voldan, you get a Nova point for changing up as well.
Okay, I'm going to burn a Nova point at this point.
Yeah, good call. After that great setup.
Oh.
But +5 is 19.
19.
19. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare it to their fort save. You kind of... And you clip the side of the canyon, and then all 6 of these things go flying off. So you've now reduced it down to 1. Okay, so you did not oh, you did not advance, which means that it's gonna be a lot easier for them to catch up to you. So let's see here. Oh, that's a 23. The swarm is now 50 feet away from you. And then 4 more hit the front. All right. Back to... oh, no. Now we're on combat again. So, Zachros, you're up first. What do you want to do?
I have 1 shot left in my gun, so I shoot at one.
Okay.
One in front of JT, that his vision is not so much obscured. Okay, hang on a sec. Sorry.
That's okay. 14 is good enough.
2 points of damage.
Not
What-
great.
Okay. What is this? 1? I don't understand the result of the roll there. It says 0 plus 1, 2, 1d6.
Have you got weapon focus? Oh, sorry, no.
Type die, yeah. Let's take a look at your character sheet quickly. Where are we here? Characters. Zakros.
That's strange. It worked before, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it was working before. Hold on.
Well, it should be the weapon specialization plus the D6, which is a tactical auto pistol.
Here we go.
Yeah, it
These.
should
yeah, then it's 2. All right. Yeah. Then I rolled again, a 1. Yeah.
be- But the 2, that should be the roll, not the... So
It's already calculated.
Yeah, but if I do the same and look at my or your old thing, then
Yeah.
the thing in the brackets is the roll, the die roll.
Let's see
There
here.
should be a +1 after.
It does show it as adding +1 on the description of the ability. One sec here. Man, oh man, Roll20 does not like these character sheets. It takes a dog's age for them to load. Okay, let's see here. How is this set up? Boom.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
got
it's
my
showing-
attack. It was showing the roll +0 +1.
Yeah, it's showing a specialized, so it should be showing up properly. Let's see here. Full attack, no. What happens when I roll? Let's see. Come on. Back. Aha! It's not adding it. Because I just rolled a 1. There's no way that could be 1. Okay, so why is it not adding it? Oh, hold up. One sec, I think there might be a formatting issue here. Hold up. Let me try this again here. Submit. Boom. So the issue was when if you look in the description there, Tom, you see how what you had was the damage roll was 1d6p. The p was fucking up the formula. Piercing goes under damage type.
All right.
So it'll be piercing there. So that's why that wasn't calculating properly, but it was not calculating. So actually you would have done 3 points of damage with that first shot, which would be enough to smoosh the bug.
Okay.
Okay.
Does anybody know how long it takes? Is it a move action or a swift action to change a clip?
It's interact with object, isn't it? So I think it is... actions. Activate an item would be... Draw... Oh, here we go. Draw or sheathe a weapon is a move action. Manipulate an item is a move action. So I think it's a move and a standard. Unless there's a reload action here. Reload is a move action. There you go.
Yeah, then after the shot, then I change the clip.
Okay. Yeah, and there's a cool action movie thing. We just see it just drop to the ground and you slam the new clip in. Okay. JT, what are you doing?
We're combating, aren't we?
Combat, yes.
Well, effectively, I'm going to slightly stand up in the seat and try and shoot the 2 that are sort of in front of me.
Nice.
Go away. I think I'm going to have to reload. No, I'll still... Full attack.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's going to hit.
I'm just sending Brent a text to show him what he's missing. That is... Oh! Neither of those, unfortunately, is a hit. Did you want to spend a Nova Point to re-roll?
Yeah, I think I will, actually. So is this a single attack or just full again?
You can do a full again. I'm fine with spending it and re-rolling everything. And for those listening at home, this is not... the Nova Points are not rules as written. This is something we add in. I got plenty of ways I can kill these guys. I don't need bad dice rolls to be added.
Right, I think one of those hit them.
Yeah, one of those
dragons.
Well, I had someone comment on another Pathfinder thing. They're like, "You're giving them so many hero points," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're not one of my players." So yeah, how it feels as the player having those things does not make you feel invulnerable. Vuldan, what are you gonna do? Can you clear out the rest of these bugs here?
Yes, that is the idea. Yeah, no.
Okay. Oh, and I think we forgot again here, guys. Sorry. By we, I mean me. I see the shaking head. Are you telling me you guys don't want to be caught up by that thing? I mean, that's a whole lot of attack.
Yeah, I think
Nat
one
20!
of them I smashed really badly, and the other one, yeah, well,
Here's
I
what
will
I'll do.
look at it.
You know what, Voldan, for your crit effect, give me a athletics check, and I'm going to compare it to its fortitude. If you beat its fortitude, you knock it off. It's not killed. Whoa, yeah. So one of those things, you claw it and crit it, and you bat this thing aside, so it knocks one of them off. And I think it probably like goes down and then kind of gets sucked up into the intake. So you see bug guts splay out. You see the engine cat kind of like stutters for a moment, and then kind of keeps on going. Okay, well there's no bugs to do on combat attacks, so back to piloting phase. What are you guys going to do? Cat, you can try and get some distance again this time?
Yeah. I'll say hold on, hunker down, and I'm going to go for it.
Okay, so Voldan and Zakros, what are you guys thinking about doing? And it doesn't have to be something that is, you know, a link to the vehicle too. Like if you guys want to use the way that Voldan was using his gun, or he tried to use his gun to like slow them down. That's another thing you could do. If you've got a spell you want to use, you can do that.
There's this, for a split second, there's this thought of losing weight in the backseat, yeah?
He looks over at Tom the android.
Looks, but I need the spare parts.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, so I just I shake my head and no, focus. Is there anything else we can? Is there a bench that I can just...
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. So let's see here. I think what I'll I think it's gonna be. I keep saying athletics. I'm sorry, but I can't think of what other ability it might be. Because just for applying your sheer like force to throw this thing out. Give me an athletics check, please.
Yeah, okay. I don't even get the seats off.
Come on.
It's stuck! It's stuck! Drive faster!
Okay. Voldan, what are you thinking about doing?
I'm thinking maybe so I'm pretty apt at surviving things. So
So if these guys are fucked, you're okay?
yeah, no. I could maybe I could just tell JT a story about how we gonna go out of here, because we survived far worse in the past.
So you're just gonna try and motivate him? Is that what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I would really try to yeah.
Can I make a suggestion?
I'm trying to be diplomatic. I think that is what I'm trying to be.
Okay, so you're trying to inspire? Okay, so give me a diplomacy check then, please.
Yeah, that because Voldan is really great at this kind of thing.
You should go faster. You do get a Nova point for changing.
Yeah,
up, right?
I think I will spend it. Just right again.
Well, hold on. Did you have one bank? Because you get it after the check.
Yeah. So
Oh, you had one back. Okay, so yeah, so then you'll get one, and then you'll spend one and get back one. So
Yes, yeah, I'm slightly more motivating right now.
okay. Kat, you're on your own with this piloting role here.
So you hear Kat say something in Drow, which actually translates to "Oh for a flamethrower on the back."
Nice.
Piloting. There we are.
Okay, here we go. Ooh. Oh no. Now you would have had a hero point or a Nova point because you changed up maneuvers. Do you want to spend a hero point or a Nova point?
I thought I used my last one when I shot those two.
Right, but when you oh, did you?
Yeah, because I repeated that shot and
So
I picked
the
the
question
zero.
is,
Shoot.
can I use my last Nova point? I have one left.
You
For
have
him.
one left. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So
Okay,
then
so
take
you-
it.
Well, actually, hold on. I'm gonna say no because you're getting them a lot more free, and I don't want them to be a communal resource. I want them to be stuff you guys are doing. However, JT, you do have another one now because you changed up from what you did. You tried to shake the bugs off last turn. Yeah, so you've got another.
Oh, actually, no. Yeah, because if I got one for shaking off the bugs,
Is
I
that the
would have one left.
Okay, then yeah, you have one left.
I'd
Then you want.
forgotten adding that one on. So
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
because double shooting those guys.
You know what, dude, guys? Why don't we do this? You know, when you click on your token, you can. There's a bunch of little circles that you can add to it, little colored circles. Why don't we just use those to track it? That way we know
okay.
who's got what Nova points. I use it as a bar on the Pathfinder ones, but there's too many resources. Whoa! Yes! So what do we see as this thing pulls away from this ever-encroaching swarm?
Well, I don't know, you feel it pick up as I managed to get it on a flat and level surface.
Yep.
And you all push back, and you see clouds of dust and a bit of exhaust come out the back.
Nice. So you are back to 200 feet away from this thing. Whoa. All right, but then, of course, boop, 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 boop. More bugs. Okay, combat round. Zachros, you're up first. What are you doing?
2 shots at the 2 in front of JT.
Okay, here we go. Nice. One. Oh, second one is a mess. Oh, in front of JT. Boom.
Yeah.
Down. Okay. And then it is JT. What are you doing?
I'm going to try and shoot the two that are in the front.
Okay. How's your ammo doing right now?
I've got 2 rounds of shooting left, and I've shot 5.
Nice.
And it's 9 rounds in a mag.
So one of those does hit. Boom.
Yeah.
Cleared it out in front of you. Voldan, what are you doing?
Yeah, the same as it seems to be a little bit repetitive, but I think it will work again. So that's...
Apply hammer. Plan
No,
A.
no, the claws.
Oh,
not the
claws. Okay. Ooh.
hammer. Yeah, well, one.
So the first one is a hit. The second one, unfortunately, does not miss. This thing, you just miss. You pull, kind of scratch along its carapace, and it kind of and comes towards you. Ooh, that's a 23 versus KAC.
That hits me, yeah.
That hits. You take 3 points of damage as this thing stings your... I think your claw goes down and it jumps in your hand. All right.
Yeah, that's...
So we are back to the pounding phase. What are you doing this time? You got some distance now. Voldan, it seems that your silver tongue is failing you today. So you want to change things up?
Well, Cat's going to say, everyone hunker down to reduce the aerodynamic load.
Okay.
He's going to shout that out as sort of combat banter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zachros, you're also trying to...
Yeah, still, I don't give up. This bench is not getting the better of me, and these creatures neither.
Is your
and
is your engineering bonus better than your athletics bonus?
Engineering is +1, yeah.
So here's a suggestion of what you could do, right? Just like playing on what's established in the fiction so far. You know that JT left those tools back there. You could have been like, Huh.
Oh, the screwdriver. Oh,
Yeah, and just you like uncrank that thing and then see it bounce out as you hit a big bump or something.
All right. Okay,
Okay.
I do the engineering check then.
Nice! JT, you got +2 to your roll as you see
Okay.
one of the seats goes flying out the back.
I could do something as well.
Yeah, Voldan, what do you want to do?
My idea was I could stand up, turn around, and scream at all of those. You will never gonna get us, or something like that.
Okay, nice. So yeah, give me an intimidation check. Let's see what you're doing. Nice, that is just what you need. So JT, you got +4 to your piloting check now.
Something like it.
Okay. Here we go. 23, nice! So you once again, you kind of, you turn off down this smaller canyon and you're going along and you're hoping that you remember that this thing opens up into the open sands and not, a box canyon. So you're, or a, what do you call it, a dead end canyon. You're racing along. Some of the swarm kind of, carries forward with its momentum. But there are still some on you 400 feet behind. Let's see how their pursuit does. No, so they do not exceed. They don't fall behind, but there's more of them behind there. And then 4 more hit up against the windscreen here. Okay, now... combat round. Zachros, what are you doing?
2 shots.
Here we go.
Yeah. The first at on the left beside JT and the second one.
Okay. 20, nice. What do you want to happen for the crit effect? You want to do the same thing and have it knock a second one off?
Actually, I did a mistake. I wanted to do a full attack action, not a single attack action.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but if the effect is the same, that the one I shot splatters against the other one and it falls off the vehicle, then I'm...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so like you splatter one of them, and the other one, as it's trying to crawl up the windshield, it kind of its little like legs grab kind of the bug guts, and it kind of like and then falls off. JT, what are you doing?
Right, he's effectively going to try and shoot some of the ones on the front,
Okay,
and I think this will be.
here we go. Kablamik is another nat 20. Nice. Holy smokes. Well, hold on. Did you need to reload?
No, I'm out.
Oh, with this shot?
I
thought
was
you were-
on 7. I'm now on 9.
Okay.
So I effectively cattle shout. I'm out.
Okay.
Drop the pistol.
Boom. Boom. And I'll let another one go down as well too. So, come on, you. There we go. Boom. They are gone. You blaze away in the front, knocking them off.
Could I try to grapple one before it falls off?
Yeah, sure. Go. Give me a just give me a single attack with your claw. That's good enough.
Alright.
Okay.
So I'm just putting one here. We need them. We need it for later. So yeah, that's 2.
That's too many.
Yeah, I just wanted 1. Yeah.
Okay, you got it. All right. So then we are on the piloting phase again. You are 2 out from the other one. 1 more success, and you will be escaping the swarm. What are you guys doing?
JT, get us out of here. I can only try to encourage him a little bit.
Okay. Are you trying to be like let's see here. Like, are you trying to be motivating, or are you trying to be like,
motivating?
Scary? Sure. Give me a diplomacy check then. Let's see how that goes. Nice. Okay, so you're gonna get +2 there, JT. And Voldan, what are you doing?
Yeah, I have this handy thing here now. I would just repeat what I have done before and just throw it in front of them.
Okay, here we go. Wah! Go ahead.
Um,
Another
so
intimidate check.
I use intimidate or athletics.
I think that's like unless you're trying to batter them out of the air. I think it's intimidate, but athletics would be fine too. Yeah, if you're just trying to like throw them off.
Yeah. Okay. So it's 17.
17, nice. Okay, so +2. Both of you guys get a Nova point as well. JT,
How many Nova points can you accumulate?
3 at most.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And here we go. You've got +4 to your pounding check. This is the last. Hey, nice. All right. So what do we see as you guys finally make your escape from the swarm?
Well, I suppose you see disappearing off into the distance, and sort of Cat will just give them the finger from behind.
So you guys come roaring out of that canyon onto the dusty plains, and you see behind you the swarm. The winds pick up, and you can see kind of like the sky is blackened as if full of, you know, thousands of these things. You've clearly disturbed almost an entire hive of these things off in the distance. But now you are once again navigating your way along the sprawling sands of Akiton. That's kind of when it dawns on you, wait, we still don't really know where we're going.
Would I take I make
think
notes.
Tom had the way last time, so I managed to get us lost, but he knew where to go. So
Okay.
we just wake him up.
Okay.
Cat's going to reload, and he'll sort of look back and say, "Is Tom okay?" To the others. I mean, he'll keep it at full speed for like 5 minutes, and then maybe slow down to something a bit more sensible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do this, guys. We are about at our halfway point right now. So why don't, as you guys are drifting across, first thing I want to hear is Vuldan. What was your plan for keeping this bug?
No, I throw that one around.
Oh, you threw it right. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So if I could, if we had another one, I would like to keep it. But yeah.
There's probably lots of guts all over the thing. Okay, so give me 1 sec here, guys. Let's see here. Do I have it? No. Okay. Let me add our. We've got our intermission music now. Okay, over here.
The Skittermanders all come out with the ice creams and the.
Exactly. Let's all go to the
trays.
lobby.
Oh, right, they didn't used to come round in the cinema because
Yeah.
that was it.
Exactly. Let's see here.
Yeah, talking of that one shot, I did actually develop characters for the Sergeant Major Shut Up and the Bearer, obviously a Skittermander.
Oh, great. Yeah, that was really Pete and
Right, yeah. I'm gonna have to go and get a coffee.
they were really good. Okay, so let me get this. There we go. I'll get our what do you call it? Intermission music going here, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
All right. See you in a minute.
So I never know whether we are streaming this part live as well.
We are, yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Oh, the band's taking the stand. Okay, let's see here. Brent was curious of. I thought you were being chased by gnolls.
I know it.
Like, what? I do love the idea of space gnolls, though. So, let's take a quick. Your form, okay.
Ooh, nice little torn there.
Yeah, it's from. I think it's Alien Archive 2. Maybe it's 1. I don't remember. Alien Archive 3 is in the mail, which I'm pretty excited about.
Yeah, I saw the stream they did on it. That was quite interesting.
It looks pretty, yeah, it looks pretty cool.
It has companion rules in it, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Yeah,
Which is great.
It's really good. Yeah.
Okay, let's fade the old intermission music out and get ourselves back. Blasting sands of Akiton. That's nighttime. What is the difference? Huh. This is the level of detail that the audio comes with in Roll20. Is there is desert shifting sands with animals day and desert shifting sands with animals night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can't see, but I have your poster in the back. I printed it out.
Oh, nice! Which one? The Fistful of...
Yes.
Oh, did I send you the most recent one? Or the final?
Yes, no, you posted it online. That was good.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I'll send you... Because I'm actually going to print high-res versions for you guys as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Very good.
Yeah. Because I want to... give me a sec here. I'm going to quickly load... I was going to do that during the break. And then promptly forgot. Let's do the old Fistful of... what do you call it? Shobhads thing here. Okay.
So you need a really big fist to put at least one Shobhat in.
Yes. Okay, let's see here. All right, so you guys now find yourself. You've escaped that. It seems like you've kind of lost your way here, or at least lost where you're going. Let me. Oh, come on, you.
Can we take a break for do our 10-minute rest and catch our breath?
Yeah, absolutely. You certainly, maybe you're going to pull out the sort of like holographic equivalent of your map and like, okay, let's just, put this across the trunk of the car or the vehicle and let's take a look and see where the hell we are.
So spend a resolve point and get all the stamina points back.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, where is it here?
And if we're pausing, can I do a medicine check on Tom, just to check on him?
Sure.
I think I'm the nearest thing we've got to a medic.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a medicine roll, please. Or is it life sciences? I can't remember. Let's see here. It is...
No,
Life science is to
Medicine, no.
identify.
Yeah, there is
medicine, yeah.
Yeah. I just couldn't remember if there was an actual medicine skill or not. That's what happens with too many damn games. Okay. All right. Let me load this here for you guys. Boom. There we go.
We're not seeing it. Is it just GM
Oh,
only?
it's just it's loading. I don't have you on the screen just yet.
Yeah, so it's 24. So
Go. Let's see. Come on. All right. There we are. Okay, so let me move you guys over here.
Kevin, could you refresh your or reconnect your camera? in
Oh, sure.
Roll20?
Yeah.
Because-
Let me. Lost me again. Boom. Let me go. Hey,
Yes.
everyone's back.
Oh,
Okay.
no, you're gone again.
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't happens.
So this is our adventure. Fistful of Shobhads. I don't know if any of you guys are Clint Eastwood fans, but this I try to model it specifically off of the theatrical movie poster for Fistful of Dollars too.
Yeah.
So it's showing up in weird resolution though, for some reason. But I will. That's awesome though, Ingolf, that you printed it. I'm gonna get them. I got a printer I use locally. I'm gonna get them printed as a 2x3 thing for you guys. So once I get that done, I got to print off the map from another campaign, and I got some other stuff I need to do. But it will be coming out to you. I did it in the size format so that it'll show up.
I don't know if you can see that, but I know there's a fancy watch in some of those films,
Oh yeah.
and this is something I've inherited from great aunt.
Oh nice.
Quite fancy looking. So that is a cat's heirloom that he nicked from Apostate.
Oh, I love it. All right. So medicine. So what you can tell is there's a very, very serious condition that Tom is currently suffering from. And that condition is lack of player.
All right.
Yeah.
So we can just prop him up at the back, put him in standby mode and wait. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. So he's gonna be out for, you think, maybe the next little while. It's not anything life threatening by any means, but it just means that he is unfortunately unconscious. So Brent wishes
I keep him stabilized.
nice. Brent wishes you guys good luck with your extermination. Okay, so let's try and reorient ourselves now too. We're gonna get someone is gonna make a survival check to try and read this map properly, and I'm happy to have at least one person can help with survival to aid, and someone else can do something different to try and help.
I think Volan is very qualified to do a survival check.
Okay, so he'll do the primary survival check. Zachros and JT, what do you guys? Someone can help with a roll.
I've got a 6, so I'm okay-ish at survival. I don't know whether.
Okay, so
I've got a 5.
So
all right, so I'll assist then.
okay, so go ahead and yours is a DC 10. Go ahead and give me a check. Nice. Okay, so you can get +2 from Kat looking at it. Zachros, can you think of anything you might do to try and help here?
Yeah, since this whole place looks familiar to me, but I cannot explain why. But I look at the stars, and is it kind of twilight, or is it daytime still, or what is it?
It could be later. Yeah, I mean, you guys kind of got lost, and then you're in that chase through the canyon. So sure, the stars could start coming out now.
Maybe there are some flashbacks of the environment, the topography. I don't know. I try to figure out where we are, and I try to make my statement then. And
Okay. So do you think that would be what, like not history, like perception maybe, to try and like study the landscape, or do you have you don't have a profession that would play into that, would you? Or do you?
No, I just have the smuggler.
Could you do mysticism?
Yeah, maybe.
Mysticism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe you just get a mystic
Yeah.
insight.
Very good.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make a mysticism check, please.
There you go.
Nat 20. Whoa. Nice. Whoa. Okay. So
I changed the realm. I'll be back in a minute.
So I think that do you think so? Like out of character, Thomas, do you think that there does Zakros have some secret history here?
He feels comfortable here, and he doesn't know why. It's like I'm from here. Yeah, but he can't remember.
Sure. Do you have any cybernetics that interfaces with your brain?
Just
data
use
jack?
Data jack, cyber eyes. That's all I have built in at the moment. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting. Okay. So for whatever reason, there is this, be it past life, be it, a glitch in your cyberware, or whatever. Yeah, you've got a much better sense of where you are. So you're going to give I'll say a +4 to the roll. So Ingolf, would you kind of give us Voldan's survival check, and you're going to have a +6 in total.
Nice. Yeah, +6, so it's 30, yeah.
Yeah, so you know precisely where it was you were supposed to be going. You've got a much better sense of where you're going now. So you look that over. You hop in. It'll be an evening when you go rolling into Ebbitzburn, but you now think you can safely get there. All right, let me change one thing here. Layer, token layer. Oh, geez, and it's now hiding you. Nope. To back. Go. It's going to get all you guys as you roll into Abbotsburn. So it's probably about another maybe 3-hour travel. Boom, before you come rolling in to old Abbotsburn. So it's well, the sun has well and truly set by the time you guys come rolling in. Let me move you over here. Boom. Oh, wrong one. There we go. So you come right into town, and the town is probably about maybe 200, 300 people at the very most. It's probably 200 at the very most. It's not a huge region, but this is not like midnight when you guys come rolling in. It's probably about 8 o'clock or so. But even then, you come rolling in, and the town is dead. Like, not a single person in the street. You look up and down, there's no one outside. And as you're going in, what you see, skittering across the kind of roadway that leads in, because as you get closer, there's a kind of like path that the people coming in and coming into and leaving Ebbitzburn would follow. You see this enormous kind of like, imagine a cross between like a centipede and a scarab beetle, shorter than a centipede, less legs, but it kind of like goes racing along, and it looks up at you, and in its mandible is a humanoid hand with red skin. It kind of looks up at you, turns and skitters off into the kind of tangled, hardy weeds that grow on the side of the road. So as you guys come in, all you can see is the only sort of real sign of life or whatnot in this town is sort of centrally located. There is this single story kind of like, well, there's 2 stories. It's you're guessing it's a bar of some kind, because it has this sort of like flickering neon sign that says drinks in common. So you pull up out front. You guys get out and look around. This is not quite what you were expecting of this town. What are you guys going to do?
I thought this was meant to be a hive of scum and villainy. Cat has got his pistol out.
Yeah.
So he pulled about the front door. He's going to hop over the side and go onto the front door.
Okay.
And sort of like bang, bang on it.
Okay.
Open up with friends.
So
in
as
common.
Okay, so you say open up with friends, and Vuldan and Zakros, as you guys are kind of getting out of the vehicle, you can see that there's sort of one main drag that leads all the way along this whole the sort of main street, and it's really only like one main street with a couple of houses set out in nearby locations. At one end of town, the doors kind of open up from one of these from a larger building, and there are a bunch of basically like scum and villainy that sort of spill out of it and are looking down the street at you guys. And you notice that at the far end as well, doors open and more scum and villainy come out, and they're kind of at opposite ends of town. And one of them seems to be mostly Hilki, the red-skinned humanoids, but the first one to come out to the left has this enormous Shobhad, 12 feet tall, muscular, battle-scarred, four-armed, fanged humanoid. And at the other end of town, there is a bunch of Hilki as well. And amongst them, there is a Kasathan who looks pretty, with a long, ovoid kind of head, the forearms, but it looks pretty, beaten. And to be honest, like, you really would have absent those two clear non-Hilki beings, you would have difficulty telling them apart from each other. And as you're doing that, that's when JT has walked up and kind of like bam, 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 bam on the door. And from inside, you hear this voice, "It's open! Come in!"
Okay. Well, okay, I'll open the door and go in then.
Okay. So you open the door and go in. You can picture sort of like a cross between like the dank and kind of like smoky interior of that bar from Blade Runner mixed with like a Western saloon. So it's got, kind of areas where you can play like hollow poker or the equivalent thereof. There is some slot machines in the back. There's maybe like two people in here in a far corner who aren't even talking to each other. They're just sitting each nursing drinks. But otherwise, this place is completely empty. And there's no obvious source of where this voice came from. Behind the bar, there's sort of like an old style, mirrored wall with some glasses hanging from it too. But this place clearly has seen better days. There's some stools set up in front of the bar where you could sit. And then you realize as you see someone comes around the corner, and there's a little Yasaki who walks around the corner. And he's wearing kind of like a smock, and he's got it tied behind his back. And he comes in and he says, "Well, what are you here for? Come in. Don't let the sand in. Come in, come in. Are your friends coming as well?"
Yeah. So Wodan would just tip his head to the Shobhad and move inside.
Nice. The Shobhad kind of stares down at him, kind of nods his head. Okay, love it. So you guys move in. What about you, Zakros?
I'll go on the comms and say, Zakros, bring the starter coil just in case. The old trick of removing the starter coil to stop people.
Yeah, before I get out of the vehicle, I activate my holoskin. Yeah, that I have this similar cowboy hat as Vuldan has.
Okay.
So I get that my clothes look a bit like the people who live here. I try to imitate their outfit.
Sure.
And then I take the coil and I follow them.
Okay. So you walk in, and then the wind dies down a bit. And
Okay, I think first order of business, I'll go up to the bar and say, "A round, please, on the house."
Well,
and I'll point to the
he's
other
actually
two.
walked out behind the bar, and he's looking up at you. It's like, well, grab a seat anywhere. No one's coming in to drink anyway.
Yeah, well,
How is that?
Who's what?
How come that nobody comes here for a drink?
Well, all they want to do is fight. Can't drink when you're fighting. And now they just don't want to fight. They want to fight about fighting. I suppose you're coming in to try and join too, aren't you?
No, we're just passing by. Just having a break.
Well, that's
Nice drink.
the only one who's keeping busy is the Undertaker. If you're just passing through, get your drinks and we'll get out of here. What did you want there, Drow?
I'll say a round, and then I'll point to the other two and whatever they're having,
Oh, around. Boy, I can retire now.
and one for yourself.
Yeah, on the house, isn't it?
It is most certainly not on the house. Unless you're going to leave. If you're going to leave town, drinks will be on me. We don't need more guns in here. So he walks
Okay,
behind the
I'll-
bar. Have you eaten?
Not yet. What do you have to offer? Is there a card? A menu?
Menu. Well, it's into your fancy manners. We've
I'll
got-
say invest. I don't think menus are on the menu here.
So you guys sit down, and he brings out a basically like an assortment of pre-tapped kind of beers. It's probably like Akiton brewed beer from somewhere else. He you know, you kind of, if any of you are aficionados, you kind of give a sniff, and you get a sense that this may have been sitting for a while. And he brings out the effectively what are like, you know, burger and fries, but like the burger is some kind of unidentifiable meat. It's going to taste like poultry, but it's, you know, he throws it down on the table for you. There you are. Eat up and get on your way.
Oh, that looks lovely.
Wow. Maybe you're not quite as fancy as I thought. Well, is that what you came here for? You come here to put that laser rifle to use, or what? He's talking to you, Voldan.
Yeah. Yeah. Do I have it with me? Yeah, probably. Yeah. I've used it already. Now it's full of sand.
More killers. It's the last thing we need. This used to be a nice town.
Yeah. So who is fighting over fighting?
Who's fighting over fighting?
Yeah. You said someone was fighting to fight.
Oh, well, Zadok and Zamni. No, sorry, Zadok and Okashog.
Oh. Let me guess. Both are Shobhads.
No, Hilki, locals. The Shobad. Oh, you saw the Shobad, did you?
Yeah.
That's Zukra. You steer clear of Zukra. He was a graduate of the Shears, the fighting school. Zadok thought that would finally turn things, hire on a Shobad, make things scary. Yeah. But then, sure enough, what happens is Okashog hires that Kasathan mystic, and he's a nightmare.
So now they're having kind of a standoff here in town.
You could say that. Zamni took Zadok's daughter, but Zamni doesn't have nerve enough to actually attack Zadok. So now we got a standoff. No business, nothing except for killers like you.
We are only bounty hunters, but we have our bounty already in the back of the car.
Bounty hunters, you can make a killing off of these lot then. Though you better keep that down. They hear that you're here for their hides. That may be something they agree on.
Okay, I'll talk to the others in Vesk. Should we ask about Marie? We presumably got a picture of her.
Okay, so he says, Marie. How do you know about Marie?
No, this was privately between ourselves in Vesk. So unless you speak,
Yeah, but
Vesk.
there's no. That's a proper noun. There's no translation of that.
All right.
How do you know about Marie? No one's seen her since Okashog took her.
All right. Is this who it is? You mean? And I'll hold up the picture we've got of her.
Yeah. What's your business here? Did Zadok hire you to get his daughter back?
Oh, she's Zadok's daughter.
You didn't think to ask about that before you took the job?
It's not our job.
So hang on. We have Zadok. He is who? I have to write this down. Sorry.
Boss Zadok. He's the one who's run this town for the longest time. He and his lieutenant, Okashog. Then when Okashog decided he didn't like working for him anymore, he tried to take things over, but that didn't go as well as he thought it did. So now we got two bosses in town. Boss Zadok and Boss Okashog.
And Okashok was the Shobhad?
No, the other Hilki.
Zadok hired the Shobhad Zukra.
Zukra.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
He hoped that
And
Zukra would turn the tide, but then Okashog hired that Sotsala. Sotsala, he's a mind shredder. I don't like that one.
That's the Kazata mystic.
That's right. You know him?
And he's a mind. No, I'm just interested. What kind of connection does he have? Which god does he follow?
Yeah. I don't know if he's got any gods. They say he's a veteran. Veteran of some kind of wars beyond in the vast. He's a scary one. Shredded 3 of Zadok's men, using only his mind.
All right.
If you ask me, though, he kind of looks around, I think it was Okashog's wife, that technomancer, Vazela. Vazela's the one who convinced him to make the move. Only wish he was smarter. And I suppose if Zadok hadn't put his idiot son in charge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That reminds me of the officers of the Vescarium. For some reason.
So I'll ask him, does he have rooms for the night? Because we're a bit tired and we'd like to rest before we go on.
We've got rooms for you, but I don't want you're gonna move on though, right?
Yeah, eventually. We got into some trouble with some bugs, and our friend got a bit bitten. So we need to lie up for a day or so.
Eventually.
I'll sort of show my sort of bite on my arm.
This is the last thing we need. More guns. And at that, the little Yasaki seemed to have raised his voice, and this guy who's sitting over with this other, who seemed to have been sitting at the bar, and you didn't really notice him. He sort of turns and walks over, and he says, "Are you?" This guy is Hilki, and if you can picture, I can't remember the actor's name, but it's the guy who plays what's his name, Farnham in Deadwood. He's the inn. He also plays in Blade Runner. He's the guy who is the creator who creates dolls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember the actor's name, but so he DB something or other, I think. Anyway, he kind of turns and says, "Sorry, did I hear that your gun's in need of hiring? Well, it just so happens that my name's Dwab, and I'm the magistrate. I'm the sheriff of this town. I can help you figure things out here for a little fee. Help you get the lay of the land, help you figure things out." And the Yasaki gets, "Get out of here, Dwab. They don't need any help from you." And Dwab looks down and says, we can't just have them wandering around getting into trouble. They need to know what the prospects are, and that's the valued service that I'm offering. And the Yasaki kind of throws his little hands up in the air, and he walks behind the bar. So Dwab kind of pulls up a chair unasked and sits down with you guys. So,
Yeah.
You're in town and you want to be hiring out, eh? Hiring guns. Are you good?
I'm sorry, I just have to fetch something. So I go out and fetch Tom, the android.
Okay.
So I just put him over my shoulder.
Yes. You bring him in. Oh, he looks up. Boy, you, is that one of Zadok's or one of Okashog's? Did you already do some work for them? Maybe I'm stepping on my... Hold on, did someone else help you? It's not that Yasaki, is it? Because he's no good. You're not working for them already, are you?
You are the sheriff here in town, you say?
I am.
Tell us, then, everything you know about this town.
Well, you know, I mean, it's a nice town. Good place to pass through, you know, no troubles. Now we got, you know, things are good for mercenaries. You're coming by, there's lots of fighting to be done. And then rumors are that the Shobhads are on the march too. So, you know, if you could all take up arms and try and guard some of those caravans making their way across. The Yasaki, I hear, are the nomads. They seem to pay pretty well, but do you want to die in the sands or you want to live here in luxury? You don't have any prejudice.
On which side are you then?
I'm the sheriff. I serve the town. I'm not on either side. But if you want to have an idea...
Yeah, I would like an idea from you.
Well, I mean, they're both, it's a competitive market. Both are bidding against each other, trying to hire on. So, you know, even with my 25% finder's fee, there's still lots that you can be done here. We can get you in a really good position. Now, you don't have any prejudices against Kasathan or Shobhads, do you?
No.
And your options are nothing but wide open.
Cat's gonna sort of put his arm around me and say, "Friend, you're the sheriff, so it's your job to look after the town. So, if we do your town a favour, shouldn't you be paying us 25%?" And I'll sort of give him a sort of friendly hug. Oh, and don't worry, we're not prejudiced. And I'll sort of pull back my Lawrence Arabia style face mask, and you can see that I'm a drow.
Oh, exotic hires between you and the Vesk. You guys might be able to be in a good position. And it isn't the town that's paying them. These Boss Zadok and Boss Okashog, they're paying out of pocket. It's not me you're taking the thing. I'm just providing my valuable service as providing the proper introduction. You see? The proper introduction is so important. You know this, and he points it at the Vesk. You understand, right?
I'm looking still confused. Yeah. He's talked so much, and I didn't really get.
I'll sort of say to it aside, yeah, sorry, a captain's a captain. They're not really for the thinking kind of things. But you've already told us who we need to talk to. But thanks, and have a drink on us. And
but
signal up around for a bottle of the beer for the gentleman.
Okay. And
I should imagine he's a bit like Badger in Firefly.
Yeah, very, very much. Much shorter though. So then the Yasaki comes back and he plunks a beer down with as much force as he can to spill part of the bottle in front of Dwab, and kind of says, "Then that's that, Dwab." Dwab kind of looks around at all of you to make sure that there's no last chance. He grabs his beer and he makes his way back over towards the bar, sits down, and the Yasaki puts his hands on his little, portly. And this guy's a little doughier than most Yasaki too, so he's shaped more like an actual mouse than a humanoid thing. Puts his hands on his hips. He's like, "Well, hold on. If you're not working with Dwab, what are you here for? Yeah, are you really just bounty hunters making your way through? If so, right. I don't want that dead guy in here."
He's not dead.
He's not dead yet.
Oh. Well, if you're just passing through, then we got rooms. That's fine. More than rooms to spare. No one's coming by with two bosses fighting.
Okay, so I suggest to the others we get a room for the night. And then in Vesk I'll say, so we can talk in private.
Okay. As you guys are... sorry. as you guys are talking, you see the door kind of opens, and in walks this what do you call it? This woman, a Hilky woman, and she's I think in the film version of this, she's played by Lucy Liu. So imagine Lucy Liu, but with vibrant red skin. And she walks in with those, big black eyes, and she kind of studies you guys up and down. She's dressed in, clothing that is appropriate for the kind of desert conditions or whatnot, but you'd guess it's a little nicer. And there are some accoutrements on there that, Zakros, you would recognize as probably some kind of infusion or some kind of magical device. Mm-hmm. So she walks up and stands near the table, and as soon as she starts walking over, the Yasaki turns and kind of scampers behind the bar. So she walks up and looks down at the three of you and the unconscious form of Tom. It says, "So, what brings you to Ebbett's Burn?"
We had a small accident and we need rest.
You hear the door open, and another guy stumbles in. And this guy is, I can't remember the actor's name, but you know the guy who plays the brother in The Mummy? The British actor? He's kind of not Rachel Weisz's character, and not, what's his name? Brendan Fraser, but the brother who's kind of the scrawny, mouthpiece. He's in Four Weddings and a Funeral as well, too. That's the only other films I remember him from. Oh, he's in Sliding Doors, I think, as well. Anyway, he's hilky as well, too. Red-skinned. He's balding. He's really not a physically impressive specimen. He's not a really, he's kind of like, comes in and slams the door behind him. But he sees that you're talking to this woman, and he sort of keeps you see that there's a kind of a tense exchange of glances between the two of them, and he kind of keeps his distance and awkwardly tries to sit at a table sort of far away, but close enough to be able to listen to what you guys are saying. And then the woman turns back to you guys and looks down. Just passing through, eh? Not looking for work, I suppose.
And you are?
She looks down at you and kind of does this moment of looking up and down at you. You don't know.
No.
Her eyes kind of narrow. You haven't heard of Boss Okashok.
Boss Okashok. Yeah, we heard.
You've heard how powerful. He's going to control this town. Mm-hmm. And 300 miles in every direction.
Of the desert.
My name is Vozela. Okashog is my husband.
I see.
And she kind of waits to let that settle in, as if it's something
Can I do a sense motive here?
Say again?
Can I do a sense motive?
Sure, yeah.
So basically, I think...
What's your bonus?
5.
5? I rolled a nat 1 for you. So.
Alright. Well, I'm trying to work out whether she's the power behind the throne or whether she's just trying it on and not.
She definitely. So, I mean. Yeah, I mean. I'm trying to reconcile the nat 1 with this. You think that she's full of shit. You think it's probably someone else who is, who is more important. You're like, whatever. What you can't get, I think maybe what the net one is, you maybe misjudge the guy who's come in as being her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you kind of like, tap one of the other guys on the shoulder and kind of like nod towards the other guy, like she's speaking for him, but he's the real power if we want to talk to someone. Obviously, Voldan and Zakros, that is not the impression you get.
Mm. Yeah. Okay, so you have a job to offer?
We do. Depending on skill.
Okay, Cat will do the twirl pistol.
Okay.
Yeah. Just,
a dark elf. It's a long way from apostate.
Well,
and you, Vesk. do you bring? Can you use that rifle of yours?
I'm more kind of a hammer guy, but I can use it.
Tell me, have you killed a Shobhad before?
No.
But can you?
Well, it depends. That would be a glorious fight.
She looks back over at
we've
the...
taken harder. Cat will say.
What's that, sorry?
We've taken bigger things than the Shobhad.
Okay. She looks down at you, Zachros.
And he sort of shudders slightly at the remembrance of the swarm creature they fought.
Yeah.
And you...
I'm kind of assumed that this was before. So.
It was, yeah.
I have to refresh my memory. What's the name of the woman we have to get out of here?
Myri.
It's her daughter.
Myri.
Myri. And she is the daughter of who?
The first woman we're talking to, I think.
No.
I'll say that in Vesk.
No. She's the daughter of the other guy.
Of Zedok?
Yeah, and the woman we are talking to, she is the wife of this former
Okashak?
lieutenant.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the wife would be...
Marie was Oakshot's daughter?
Nope,
That's the notes.
the other way around.
All right, okay.
Myri, daughter.
Ah, right. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So she says, and you? What do you
So
bring?
we actually... Sorry. I'm sorry. We're actually talking to the enemy then. Is that right?
What is the enemy in this situation?
Yeah, like...
all of them.
No, we have to get Myra out of here, and she's the daughter of Zedok. And
Yes.
the Shobhad Zukra is working with Zedok.
Yes.
And we don't know the background yet. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but this Vosela and her husband kidnapped Myri.
Yes, that's what.
So
it
if
is.
we want to rescue her, we have to work for those.
Okay.
Because then we could get close to
Yeah.
her.
Okay, so
Okay. And
after
sorry, one more thing. The Kazata was working for which of the two? For them, for Vuzla
Yeah.
and Ukashak.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, got
So-
it.
So after that out of character bit, Cat's gonna say, "Okay, what's the job and how much does it pay?"
It is a job to fight, and it depends on how well you fight.
Well, we're listening.
And you hear from over in the corner that guy who's sitting and eavesdropping. He kind of blurts out, "We pay to fight too! We pay to fight!" And you look over.
Cat's gonna turn out, point his gun at him, and say, "Shut up, Badger," or whatever his name was.
No. It's not. That isn't. It's the guy who came in late. The guy who you don't know who he is yet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll sort of point the gun to him. Shh, we're talking.
And that's what Vosela looks over and she just sneers, "Coward. Go back to your father. Enjoy what time you have left with him." And she looks back at you. Initiative. Impressive, elf. You should come and stay with us then. Stay with the winning side. And the guy who you've got the pistol on, he shouts out, "We have a Shobhad!" And she looks over and says, "The Shobhad will do nothing against. We now have a Vesk and a Dark Elf. Do you know what dark deeds they perform on the hidden world of Apostate? Dostran, go back to your father." And he's kind of like looking... You can see he seems conflicted as to whether he wants to, go along with his instincts and run like a coward or do what his dad has asked him to do.
Okay, I'm just gonna try and look intimidating towards him.
Okay. And that's when Dwab kind of says, perhaps I might help here. It sounds like there's a competing contract. Maybe these just need some time to think over the opportunities. And Vizela sort of shoots a look at Dwab that he reacts as if he was hit. And he kind of like, I just mean to try to expedite the hiring. Perhaps the particulars you could leave them to old Dwab. And you hear a from behind the bar from the Yasaki, who's now climbed some kind of like some ladder or something and is resting his arms on the bar. And Vizela says, perhaps you're right. She looks down at you. Consider it over the evening. It's been a long day of travel, I don't doubt. And for the looks of your vehicle, an eventful one. We'll speak tomorrow. When you make up your mind, you will find us at the far end. She nods to you and turns and walks out. And as she does, she's just staring. Her black eyes are staring daggers at the guy who came in late at Dustran.
Okay, I'll tip my hat to her as she goes out.
Okay, so she leaves, and then Dustran finally kind of gets up, and he looks like he's about to say something to you, and the only thing he kind of blurts out is, "We have a Shobhad!"
Are you trying to hire us, young lad?
Yes. And that's when Dwab kind of says, "I have this, Dwab. Dustran. We'll talk to them, and I'll communicate to your father." And he kind of looks over at Dwab, and then suddenly changes demeanor. He's like, "You do that, or my dad'll he'll hear about it." And he looks back at you guys. "We have a Shobhad." And turns and walks out, having suddenly found his nerve. And you hear from behind the bar, the Yasaki kind of sighs. "So many people in and out, and no one drinking."
That's all right. I give it a good slug.
Okay. So Dwab once again kind of sits down. He says, "Yeah, you see the value that I bring. You see that? It seems that you're in a good position with Vizela, that she may hire. I need to give it a little bit of nudge to make sure you get the very best agreement, but pretty good. But it also seems like Dustran's father will kill him if he doesn't get you guys now. Imagine a Shobhad, a Vesk, and a Dark Elf. Whew. So what are you guys thinking?"
I think we need to have a private conversation.
Of course, yeah, I understand that.
Oh, sorry, that was him. To him, I said, "Well, we'll have to think about this."
Right?
And I'll take a drink.
Of course. And he's making no indication of leaving.
Yeah.
Well.
So
It's an important decision.
yeah. I think we are going to sleep, and I take him with me. So I put Tom again on my shoulder.
Okay. Oh, yeah, of course. It's been a long day. I can see why you'd... The sheriff's station is right across the hall. Or right across the street. If you need anything, Sheriff Dwab will be there for you.
Yeah.
All right. He seems like he's got it in his mind that he's done a pretty good deal for himself, so he hops up, drinks the last of the drink, boom, thanks for the drink, turns and he makes his way out the front. The door closes behind, leaving only you guys, those two drinking in the corner who are not drinking but sitting and nursing their drinks and staring off into space, and the Yasaki bartender. So he hops down and walks over. "You finish up with these?" He takes away your whatever meat it was, burgers, or the remnants of your meal. I thought you said you were leaving.
Thank you very much.
No, I said you offered us a room to stay in at night.
Just more guns. Tomorrow more ones will come in, and they'll hire on with Zadok, and then more will come in. We're going to have nothing left but bandits. You might as well join the Shobhad hordes.
Yeah.
What Shobhad horde?
Whatever.
You haven't heard about that?
No, tell
That's where
me.
the rest of you hired guns are going. I thought you were on your way to hire on with one of them. All them Shobhad hordes are getting organized under one guy.
Who is that then?
The rumors are to be believed. His name is Sushok.
Sushok.
You haven't heard about Sushok, the Khan of the Shobhads?
No,
Can I do a
not
culture
yet.
check on that then.
The only thing that Shobhads seem to agree on most times is that they can't agree on anything. Now this guy's getting everyone together. So we got people, guns going out to shoot him and shoot Shobhads. We got Shobhads going around and trying to prey on the caravans. And we got these two bosses hiring everyone who's not willing to fight in those two things. It's the end of Akiton, I tell you. I might as well pick up and move on.
So, can I do a culture check to see if I've heard of this Khan?
Sure, yeah.
And it's none of our business, really.
Whoa, nice.
He's called Khan.
So, what you know about Shobhads in general is that, like, Shobhads just fight. Like, they love fighting. They love fighting each other. They love fighting other people. They love, but what they don't typically do is they never really organize. They are a very, very fragmented, nomadic and fractious people. They just don't organize that way. If they've got someone, I think with a role that good, you maybe heard that, like, when you were talking around, at Hive Market and asking about what was going on in, how to get to Ebbittspurn. They're like, oh, just keep, watch out. There's kind of a Shobhad who's styling himself as a Shobhad Khan, who's managing to somehow bring all the rest of the Shobhads in line.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you've got more organized Shobhads raiding out there, I don't know about you, but I mean, do you really want to have 12-foot tall, four-armed raiders riding in on Zotas?
Mm-hmm.
Bad news. And
Yep.
Sushok has kind of taken that, like, legendary, he's that kind of, like ghost in the darkness kind of legend. At least that's the way the people in Hive Market were describing it to you, JT.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think we need a rest. I'll suggest to the others. So, how much is it for the night?
All right. I'll put it on a tab. It seems like you're staying. Why do I run this business still? I just don't. And he kind of was muttering and he walks away from you guys. Mm-hmm. So you guys do finally have a moment piece of everyone kind of bursting in and trying to figure out what the hell's going on. You guys could easily have a conversation to yourself here, or you could retire to your rooms and then have a conversation there. Your option.
Yeah, I would say we should go to the room and
Yeah.
talk there.
Sure. So you guys get your rooms, and you're all in kind of like, two of the rooms are adjacent to each other, and one of them is right across the hall. You guys get in there, and you have a chance to talk about what the hell is going on here.
But before we talk, I would like to do a perception test. I look around, and maybe this is all rigged, or there is like cameras or something in this room.
Okay. What's your
Yeah.
perception bonus?
My perception is 9.
9. Okay. So you do a quick inspection of the room. You don't, from what you can tell, there's nothing. There's nothing to. Oh, sorry. It'll be 4 rooms. 2 on one side of the hall, 2 on the other. I forgot about Tom.
Yeah.
You guys dropped Tom in his room.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You think that there's nothing in here. And this is the small town, run down motel room. Like the computer doesn't quite work properly. The model is probably about 300 years out of date. The water's got a little bit of a funny quality to it. So you check the thing, and I mean, while this place is certainly not the Ritz, it is, it's not bugged, at least not as far as you can tell.
Okay. So, but we still talk in Vesk then. I have the impression that they cannot talk this language here.
Yeah. Well, I think we probably ought to hook up with the people that have kidnapped Marie, and then see if we can talk to her privately and see what's going on. Because I'm not sure what Sedona wanted Marie for, but she seemed to think it was important. I did wonder whether this might be a question of Marie has probably got the wrong sort of boyfriend from maybe a different power block. Or maybe actually Marie's the more of the threat from Zadok and she's actually his brains. But yeah, I think we ought to maybe hook up with the people that kidnap Marie and see if we can contact her and then just break her out and we're not paid really to sort out the town's problems.
I'm honestly most concerned about this Shobhad overlord. So why would a Shobhad work as a mercenary for one side?
Kat can tell you that's not unusual necessarily.
Shobhad
sometimes come out. Shobhad Braves will come out and work for things. What you do know is the Shears is a legendary personal combat school on Akiton. So this guy, he's he's certainly unusual for Shobhads in general. You also know that there is gladiatorial combat is a big thing on Akiton as well. So this guy, the combination of having learned at the Shears and then having fought or having got all those scars on his body, which he's proudly displaying, when you guys showed up. It's a guy who's seen action somewhere and has a lot of training beyond what the average Shobhad would have.
So is he just a fighter or is he just a spy? That is my problem right now.
The thing is, if we side with Okasho, the former lieutenant, then we have to handle the Shobhads. Yeah. So our group is not.
Them maybe.
Yeah, but our group is not completely fit for physical. What's it called? Interaction, and. On the other hand, if we side with Zadok and promise him we free his daughter and then get her out of Okasho's hands, and then we can flee with her, so we have then a Shobhad on our side, and we have to deal with the Kazata, who is a mystic, and with the Technomancer. And I think our chances with this are a bit better.
I'm not. So my problem is, look, Sedona sent us here to fetch that girl.
Yeah.
So she is working for Sedona, and probably her father won't let her go. So probably working on something that her father would not approve of.
Mm-hmm.
So we would have to fight the Shobhad as well.
Yeah, not at the beginning. If we're on their side,
the other way is to not do any fighting and just sneak her out and make her run for it.
Yes.
Question is, if we sort of go into their compound, we've probably got easier ways of getting her out. Because if we sign up with them, we won't have to fight immediately. Then we wait till tonight and then make a run for it.
I mean, if you work for Zadok, then we have a reason to work for them. What reason do we have to work for Okasho?
Money.
Okay.
We just say we sign up, go in there, find
if we
Marie and leave.
then we have to be really careful with asking questions about Marie, because they would think, why are they asking so much about her? You know.
I think actually she will be in there, wherever she's kept, which would be also the headquarters. So
Yeah. We just get them to show us round and say,
yeah. So I don't know. I get that one Shobad will even outmatch me, but yeah, okay.
well, we're not the only ones going to be doing the fighting, but we want to try and avoid any fighting.
Yeah, each of them also has probably like 30 different assorted henchmen as well, too.
Yeah.
The ones that we talked about, the Shobad, and then the Technomancer wife, the Kasathan, those are just sort of like the ones that really stood out. Otherwise, they each had a motley collection of about 30 different thugs. So like the Yasaki bartender, it was not joking when he said that. Like, and that's that big crowd that you saw spill out when you guys first got into town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay, so I think the consensus is we go with the people that have got Marie and try and break her out tomorrow. Or tomorrow evening, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the idea is that we could get closer and some information that way.
Vosela, was she? I forgot. Is she human?
She is a Hilki, the
Yeah.
human with like red skin.
Oh yeah, okay. How easy would it be for me to take on her form? Like with
The hollow skin?
And where's that kind of disguise, with the disguise skill and the hollow skin? The
Sure.
hollow skin makes it easier anyway.
Okay, let's see here. So disguise. Change appearance.
It could be useful for getting through guards if she's being held in a cell somewhere.
I mean, I was listening to her,
Yeah,
and I can imitate her voice with the voice modulation implant I have.
yeah.
Okay. And now, how easy would it be for me to take on her form?
So it's probably going to be, let's see here, plus 5, plus 10. It's probably, so the way that the difficulty is set for these is you assume that the observers are taking a 10 on the perception check, so it'll be the perception check of the observer plus their, so 10 plus their perception bonus plus modifiers for things like whether it's a major alteration, whether it's different race and whatnot. I'd probably give a plus 10 to the DC just based on it's a different sex, it's a different species. You're like not a major. You're not transforming into a Shobad, but you're looking like a red skin, different height, thing.
This is where the holoskin comes in. When you use a holoskin, you can disguise major features, race, or creature type without the DC of your disguise check increasing, except against perception checks that involve physical examination.
Okay. So long as that's great then. So then you could probably quite easily change into her form. Then the DC would be, I'd make a secret disguise check for you against the DC of 10 plus whatever their perception bonus is.
Okay. No, it's just an idea. Yeah. First, I would like to meet then the others. How is for example, Okasho? Is he a Heike as well?
Yeah, they all are. Yeah, I think they all are.
And they all are. Okay. So if we figure out, we get more information, and then later on we can figure something out. Yeah, maybe I can sneak in as disguised, and then we can free Marie maybe without.
I thought we were just going in as recruits. Much easier.
Yep.
And then we can use your disguise to maybe break her out of the cell and then make a run for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought that's what you were disguising for. If she's been captured somewhere, you can walk up and say the guards and say, she's coming with me, I want to interrogate her, and then...
Yeah, but first we have to find out where is she kept, who's involved, who's there, who knows the persons. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think we have a more than perfect plan. We could start today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you guys catch a good night's rest. You recover your resolve points. You recover any stamina points that you're down. Regain all your abilities, and morning comes. So as you guys come down, the little Yasaki behind the bar says, "So, are you leaving or are you staying?"
We'll probably stay for a day longer.
All right. It's not like it's going to be a hard thing keeping your rooms for you.
Yeah, look, our friend still hasn't woken up. Still carry the android around.
Do you have him with you, or are you leaving him in his room?
No, I think I'd take him with me. I would put him in the car probably. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, we can park the car next to Okershot's compound and then go from there.
Okay.
Just cover him over the tarpaulin. Well, it's an android. Presumably, we can just put him in the sleep mode.
Yeah.
To recover.
Yeah. We get her out and leave Brent. Leave Tom the android there.
Okay. So you guys go. What do you call it? You make your way down to, or you get out to there. You fire up your, your mule. When you do, one or two guys from each end of town sort of all come spilling out.
Hang on, before we sort of drive off, I'll spend 10 or 20 minutes just checking it over, tightening up the bolts and where the bench was thrown out.
Okay.
And I sort of shake my head and think I'm going to have to rebuild another one for that.
Okay. So yeah,
and I'm also looking around for where I could have actually put a gun mount or something.
Okay.
On the back, just so we could have someone with a 50 caliber or something on the back.
Yeah, the equivalent thereof. Sure. Yeah. I mean, that would be if you had access to, this.
Yeah.
This place has a very Mad Max post-apocalyptic kind of vibe to it. You could probably, if you can get access to a gun like that, you could probably build something like that on the back.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but I'll just make sure that it's in good running order in case we have to leave in a hurry.
Sure.
But I'll just check that nothing broke or anything after.
Okay.
So I'll give it a bit of preventive maintenance. So I don't know if that's going to have an effect game-wise or not. But
yeah, so you do a check over, and I mean it's if that's what you want to do, I imagine you maybe got up early because that would probably take an hour or two just to
I'll get up early in the morning, and I'll take my my breakfast out with me, as it were.
Sure. So Zakros and Voldan dressed in your cowboy duds with your unconscious android companion over your shoulder. You kind of walk out of the swinging doors, and you see Cat is just crawling out from underneath this thing. He's got a plate with some crumbs on it, and thing. You're good to go. So you bring those things inside. You guys, Voldan and Zakros, get Tom secured in the Weekend at Bernie's style, set up in the back seat of the car. You adjust his head so he doesn't look like he's ugh. And
could we have some kind of approximation sensor, just in order if someone wants to steal him?
What do you?
Yeah, I don't think we've got that sort of equipment.
Maybe you position his arm so it looks like he's relaxing on the side.
Yeah.
His visor
one
down,
arm over the...
as if he's watching the car. I think we just stumbled across the Starfinder equivalent of he's watching the horses.
Yeah.
So he's in the back seat. Then JT, after dropping the stuff inside, you head back out, fire it up, and with the sound of that, you see the Sheriff Dwab, comes running out, kind of like, oh. And as he sees you back out and start making your way down towards Okershog, he realizes that he has been played. And he kind of, he's going to watch you the whole length of the time, too. And as you guys, back out, you can see all the two different crowds of bandits that have kind of come out. They're all kind of like trying to anticipate where they're going to go. So you pull back. And
I'll play with them a bit, and so as if I'm trying to make a decision just to mess around with them.
Yeah. So they stop. The Shobhad kind of like is towering over the others, kind of looking down. The other group, there is this brutal kind of looking older Hilki who's up front carrying this big massive gun, wearing heavy armor and whatnot. He's kind of like looking down to see what's going, and that's when Vozela strides out as well too, and the crowd kind of parts for her. She walks over and looks down. You sit there for a moment, Cat, and you can see Dustran, and then who you're guessing is Zadok also comes out because they look like father and son, and then a third kid who looks younger, probably about 7 or 8 years younger than Dustran. He walks out as well too, carrying some kind of it looks like some kind of like I don't know, a like handle of some kind. Would you give me a mysticism check? Actually, all you guys go ahead and give me a mysticism. No.
God.
That one.
I'm not even sure what I've got.
Mysticism, yeah, that's one of my strong. Yeah.
Oh, I did actually put a point in it so I can actually roll.
Okay, so you can see what you'd guess is it's not like there's not a specific order, but you're aware of what they are. You'd guess that this younger kid may be a Solarian, because that's the type of weapon that the casing that they carry, and he has this look of just like furious intensity, where the Dustran is a bit of a boob, and Zadok, he's a little overweight, and he's a little not buffoonish, but he's not quite as scary as as what say that brutal soldier is. That younger kid, even though he's quite young and lean, he looks pretty fucking dangerous. Well, as you guys stop and you look over at the one, you look over at the other, what do we see as you turn towards Okashog?
Yep.
Do you look back at the other
touch
group?
my hat and to the wife and sort of drive towards them.
Okay, so you start pulling. The younger kid, you see the thing flares to life, and it's got this vibrant, like violet or purple energy to it. And you can't hear what he says, but he curses something. And the Shobhad kind of his big tusks sticking out of his jaw. And you guys start rolling your way down towards Okashog's thing, and they all kind of like start cheering and taunting the other gang, like and that is where we will leave things, guys. We'll pick up with your meeting with what's her name, Boss Okashog and his wife, and see what happens when you get there. So let me turn this music off here, or down at least. Boom. There we go. Okay, so for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for episode 14. Guys, we're 14 sessions into this campaign now. Episode 14 of the, well, this is it's the Against the Aeon Throne Adventure Path, but this is Fistful of Shobhads Part 2. So, as always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will endeavor to respond in a timely fashion. Alternatively, you can reach me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings. You can also shoot me an email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com, and we also now have a Discord server. So you can find a link to the Discord server in the description of the video. If you want to join us on there, we have a separate section for this particular campaign, and then otherwise just generally bullshitting about games and gaming stuff in general. In addition, you may notice that there's a link to something called Heroes Save Villages in the description of this video. We don't monetize the channel in any way. We don't run any ads. We don't run any Patreon. If you are inclined to toss some credits in the direction of the channel, I'd ask that you consider clicking through and learning more about the Heroes Save Villages fundraising initiative, which benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity. It's a really terrific organization that is active in over 130 countries, providing support and a stable living environment for over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children. So it's a really terrific organization. You can learn all about it by following that link. And any money donated goes all to help the kids who benefit from SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel. None of it goes to any middleman. It all just goes to help out those kids. Last but not least, I want to thank my brave Starfinders. So, Mo, Ingolf, Thomas, thank you so much for spending Sunday with me, guys. It was great to have the group back together. We're down one still, but Brent's here in spirit. Oh, unconscious spirit. So thanks, guys. This was a lot of fun.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so then, until next time, for those listening at home, thank you again for joining us. And until we see you again, happy gaming.